What makes a boss fight entertaining? The answers were surprisingly straightforward, so let's figure out how to apply them to our games. The most important part of a boss fight is, in my opinion, the right level of challenge. The test of your general game knowledge, your equipment, and of course your skill level can provoke a lot of emotions, both negative and positive. Right now, the boss yoinks my health bar in literally no time without me being able to show off my extremely efficient tactics, which indeed provokes a lot of emotions. So how can we developers control this level of challenge in our boss fights? First, we can simply vary the frequency of attacks. Increase the delay between attacks to give the player some time to breathe, or decrease the delay in order to make the fight more stressful. Either way, you have to communicate to the player which attack the next one is going to be, and that's the second point of controlling the level of challenge. Either communicate it really early, like I did with the glow on the different weapons, or use an animation with a decent build-up time to give the player enough time to react. However, it's also very important to ensure the usage of your game mechanics and game knowledge. For example, in my game Hues of Hope, the player can simply dodge certain attacks of the boss, but has to use the white color to erase homing projectiles, or recolor rocks with the black paint to take cover. Having those different options to engage in a fight against a variety of boss attacks provides the player with their own decision making and results in unique ways of using the game mechanics to win the challenging boss fights. But be careful and don't add too many mechanics to a single boss fight, since it can be really overwhelming, as you can see here. So I decided to remove the spawn ability from the first boss in order to make the whole fight a lot cleaner. However, in order to turn this into that, we have a long way to go. So let's talk about the importance of making boss fights epic. And with epic, I don't mean hyper-realistic looking Dark Souls boss fights. With epic, I mean actually pretty impressive experience. You basically have to create a memorable experience, and to make such a thing, we need to cover a few aspects. First of all, we should craft a fitting environment. In my case, I simply changed the sky and lighting, which made the whole scene way more dramatic. To make it even clearer that you're about to fight a boss, a health bar is actually helpful as well. You don't need one, but by giving the threat a name, you indeed higher the chance of making it memorable. Because fighting the boss sounds less interesting than fighting Color Absorber 3000 with so much HP that it fills out the entire length of your display. But to make things even more impressive, I have created a small cinematic introduction scene and added some music. Especially music can improve the atmosphere of a boss fight so much that it would be stupid not to mention it in this video. For transparency, I didn't make this track myself, but I'm currently learning music creation for that matter, so let me know if that's a topic you're interested in. Anyways, let's talk about the third but not last point of creating a good boss fight. Rewards in a game work pretty similar like rewards in real life. You did a task and want some sort of reward. If you don't get a reward, you might become sad or ask yourself why you did the task in the first place. Applied to gaming, that means after killing a boss by mastering the mechanics of the game, you want something besides being able to get into the next level. In my case, the boss will drop a golden inkwell, which will increase the amount of paint you can store, and a note with a riddle regarding the location of the next mystical rock, where you are able to unlock a new ability. Now we are pretty close to having a great boss fight for the demo of Hues of Hope, which you can wishlist by the way. So let's head into the final part. All those tips can be applied in many different ways, so there is no one-size-fits-all solution to create a good boss fight. But if you consider all three parts, the challenge, epicness and rewards, and tweak the different aspects until your boss fits into your game, the fight will be a great one. Trial and error and especially playtesting might be your best choice here, because on paper your plan might look pretty good, but the reality can look really different. So I hope those tips were helpful, and check out this video for more game dev related tips. But now thanks a lot to my Patreons and for watching. Have a good one.